Oh, hey, how's the presentation going? Uh-huh. Well, you really fooled them this time, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Sure. Well, YouTube is a relatively, or it may be a relatively new genre to some of us instructors, but for our students, it's something that they use practically every day, whether it's for entertainment or work or even for socialization. And at first, I thought that YouTube was just merely an online tabloid of sorts that documents the dark side of Americana. But what I found out about YouTube, it's actually more than that. It's a global community where the human experience is documented forever in cyberspace. And some of those experiences, whether they're good or they're bad, they're even subject to written analysis, feedback, discussion, and for some of our literature students, criticism. Now, no, however, one could argue that Brittany's dalliances on YouTube could be the topic of some really great classroom discussions, interactive journaling, or even a research paper based on media's role in our culture. For writing 101 students, that would be great. Right. Well, I've directed a lot of my students to YouTube clips, specifically to authors who are reading their poetry or short stories. And by doing these clips, it gives students the full literary experience of hearing those authors recite their own prose. I've even filmed myself presenting a concept to further assist in student learning. And some of my students' most favorite assignments were projects where they presented their own original poetry, they read a short story, or even presented a really persuasive speech that they've written. And what's great is you'd be surprised in the amount of effort that students put in their writing, much more so than sometimes even in face-to-face classes, because the students who are posting on YouTube, they know that their work is going to be broadcast globally. And so it motivates them that much further to make sure that their writing is intact and it's well written. Yeah, well, we really have some creative students who appreciate these kinds of innovative assignments. It keeps me on my toes too, and it keeps me young. Well, whatever, I'm not the one who's giving a presentation at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. And I'd have to say, you're looking kind of old too.